to Monday Matters, where every Monday we talk about a topic that either you, the consumer, or our clients have asked us. This Monday, we're going to talk about if you're in the market to buy or sell a home, you might find yourself asking, how exactly do realtors come up with a home's value? In today's video, we're going to pull that curtain back and show you how a skilled realtor determines the price of a home, giving you the inside scoop on what really drives those numbers. I'm Missy Stagers, broker owner of MStagersRealtyPartners, and let's dive into that. So let's discuss number one. The agent does a comparative market analysis, often called a CMA. What do they do when looking at that comparative market analysis? Realtors look at similar homes in your area, more importantly, your neighborhood, that have recently sold to get a baseline value of that property. They're going to look at a lot of other things like square footage and all kinds of other things. But that's the first place they start. And they start within a 6-month window or less, depending upon how much the market is moving around at the time. It could be decreasing in value, could be increasing in value. Now, let's talk about the next one. The second thing that gets looked at is property condition and upgrades. Overall, this definitely impacts the home's value. A house that has no updates, it's got a dated kitchen and bathrooms and needs carpet and paint, is going to have a much different value than a home that's been completely renovated and brought up to today's standards. So just know then that what we do is we go through and again narrow down like property, like upgrades, and if we can't find everything the same, there we may look at some adjustments. That way we can get it to look more like an apple to an apple versus an orange to an apple. Let's talk about point number 3. Location. This means everything in real estate. Now, how does a location impact value? Well, if I'm on the corner of the subdivision where people first come in on the main street versus one that's tucked in on a cul-de-sac and doesn't have a lot of traffic, that will affect value. So then the agent has to look at the overall placement of homes and if there are specifics about the location that either are positive or negative and figure that into the pricing as well. Let's talk about point number 4, market conditions. Now, this one is very important, and if you're in a stable market, not as much needs to be done here. But if you're in a changing market, this is where an agent really has to be careful. If we're coming from a market that was at an all-time high and the market has changed and is trending down, pricing you up here when prices are going here won't help you sell and often will lead to a home that won't appraise even if you find a buyer. So what does the agent need to do in those type of markets? They need to look at a closer window. So from 6 months, they need to be looking at 3 months, and then they need to be paying attention to the news and everything else in the stats coming in to show if it's an increasing market or a decreasing market so they can adjust your pricing accordingly. Let's talk about number 5. More importantly, figuring out what the appraised value will probably come in at is extremely important for an agent to do. Understanding agents are not appraisers. They do not have the ability to adjust every little thing in a home. We can do approximations, and that is why it is so important for us to use sold information. But it is our job to try and be able to support when the appraiser comes through the home, where did we come up with our values? What did we look at and put together a package for that appraiser. This is how we ensure that we don't have problems. Now, it's a third-party person, and you never know what they will do, so it's not a guarantee. But your agent should work very hard to work closely with the appraiser, and the value gets determined by what they turn into the lender. That's our 5 tips. So in wrapping it up, understanding how realtors determine a home's value can give you a big advantage when you're buying or selling. By knowing the key factors that affect pricing, you will be in a much better position to make informed decisions and get the best outcome. If you want more real estate tips, up-to-date market information, or advice on buying or selling a home, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Also, check out our website for all the current listings and more helpful content that you can use, whether you're a buyer or seller. If you have any questions or need personalized service, please feel free to reach out to us because we're always here to help because the experience matters.